Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Ian Shepard, and I am the owner of Right Start Newcomer Services. So I'm really happy you can join us tonight. And tonight we have a really good show. So tonight's show is called How International Students Can Explore Their Purpose and Passion in Canada. And tonight we have a really good guest speaker. His name is Templeton Sawyer. But before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge that Right Start Newcomer Services conducts business in Chibuktuk, which is how you say Halifax in the Mi'kmaq language. This city is part of the ancestral unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. This means that when settlers came, the Indigenous people did not surrender their territory and instead signed treaties with Europeans. As a business, we're committed to upholding these treaties as we continue to build relationships between settlers, newcomers, and Mi'kmaq people. So tonight's session is all about how international students can come to Canada, explore their purpose and passion, and find out what they really want to do, and maybe even stay in Canada and settle afterwards. So we're hoping tonight's session is really educational, and Templeton's going to share his experience and give you some tips on how you can come to Canada as an international student and find success here. So, as I said, my guest speaker tonight is Templeton Sawyer. He is a youth advocate who believes in education and success. He's passionate about setting actionable goals in order to make them reality. He graduated with his associate diploma degree in marketing and advertising management. He's currently in Halifax, Nova Scotia, where he completed his bachelor's degree in business marketing, minoring in nonprofit leadership at Mount St. Vincent University here in Halifax. He's currently the employment specialist practitioner at Teamwork Cooperative. He's passionate and humble, and he is a young man of excellence. And I have to agree with that description, so I'm going to bring Templeton on to the show. Hello, Templeton. How are you tonight? Oh, sorry, you're muted.
Oh, I'm good, Ian. How are you?
I'm great. Yeah, so that was a great introduction, and maybe you can just tell us a little bit more about your story. So where are you from? Maybe why did you decide to come to Canada as an international student?
Oh, awesome. So good evening, good morning, good night, everyone. Hope you are having a good day so far. So my name is Templeton Sawyer. I'm from the beautiful islands of Nassau, Bahamas. I grew up in another small island of the Bahamas called Abaco, and growing up there was such an amazing experience, getting to travel on the ferry to my school, which is really awesome, getting to go on a boat and all that good stuff. I transitioned to my high school in 2009, and there I found my purpose to continue to define my leadership and to define my purpose to move forward and to groom and to just make an impact and difference. Fast forward, graduated in 2015 and stayed over in the Bahamas for a year to actually work at the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce. And then I decided to say, hey, I need to explore my horizon and take on the challenge to continue to grow and develop in my education. So there I met with a lady, her name is Monique Hinsey, and she was one of the push and drivers of me who saw a good purpose for me to move forward. And I must say in 2016, I was afforded to be on the public school scholars to move forward to do my career at Holland College in Prince Edward Island. So coming to Canada has been an amazing opportunity, especially in Prince Edward Island. I grew myself because I'm from an island. I went to another island. It was really amazing just to connect and to collaborate with the amazing smiling faces of islanders, I will call them. And they're like home and family to me. So now I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia, growing, developing. And I must say, every time I always say that I'm developing from one stage while I was home in the Bahamas to developing while I'm actually in Prince Edward Island and to currently developing to another stage. So one tip is you're always developing as international students and you should take on the mantle to move forward.
Awesome. That's a
Yeah.
great tip.
Yeah.
So just want to explain a little bit about the structure of tonight's talk. So Templeton's going to give a short presentation to start off. Thank you all for watching. And if you have questions that come up during Templeton's presentation, put them in the chat box. Maybe you just want to say hello and maybe tell us why you're watching tonight. If you do have experience as an international student, please share that with us. Tell us what it's like here in Canada as an international student, or if you plan to come to Canada in the future, you can always tell us that too. So Templeton's going to do his presentation. Then we're going to have a question and answer period at the end. So hopefully we'll be able to sort out all the questions you have around coming to Canada as an international student. So Templeton, are you ready to take it away with your presentation?
I am ready. I think we're all good. I think it's already shared, so you just have to go back there. And so I'm just going to press present mode and go from there and all that good jazz. Awesome. So I will be chatting today about how can international students share their purpose and passion in Canada. And the reason why I'm sharing this topic is because I realize that international students sometimes are pulled back and don't want to share their purpose and passion because of certain reasons, and also because they moved from another country and now they're in a different country where they don't know how to adapt or to allow themselves to grow. But here are a few tips and just a bit before I go. Awesome. So like I mentioned, I'm from the beautiful islands of the Bahamas. Here are a few photos just to share a bit about myself. Like I said, this is my mom and my aunt and myself heading to Canada for the first time. And that was a bit of a big experience for me. And we all landed in Canada that night in 2016 in August, the month of August. I could remember really clearly, and it was freezing. And we were like, what are we doing? And so it was a really good experience because it enlightened our minds to say, hey, especially in Prince Edward Island, has a lot of a lot of nature. And so we tour a lot of the nature. As you can see, I'm here biking. I love to bike. And so discovering your purpose requires adventuring. It requires developing new skills. It requires you taking on actions and all that good jazz. And here's myself here, just inspiring people. And that's what I do. You have to use your gift through social media, through other different digital aspects. And in particular, the pandemic has taught me how to use my public speaking arena and also use my passion for youth development, my passion for people in general, to move forward digitally and to share motivational quotes or to just come on, just to keep people positive and to keep people happy. And that's where I actually down here, I started a podcast. It's called Tweet the Leader New Podcast. And I'm inspiring leaders. I'm empowering leaders to move forward, whether it's in their career growth, whether it's in just in general, wanting to learn different tips and lessons, just in general, just to move forward. And here is me actually when I was an intern at Teamwork Cooperative, where I'm currently employed. And I was really excited to connect with another person. Her name is Chiyu. She's also an international student. We were having so much conversation, and so connecting with people, it's always an important thing in order to share your passion, in order to share your purpose. Blend with other international students, connect with other people. And this is actually another area of me here having dinner with my Nigerian friends back home in Prince Edward Island. And I always have dinner with them every Sunday. And we would talk about different things about school, just life topics in general and all that good jazz. And so I must say, coming to Canada in the snow, oh, when I first saw my first snow, I was like, whoa, what is this? But I was so excited because I never saw snow. So it was a really good, amazing opportunity. So sharing your way through of life and exploring every opportunity that you have is very important. And how can you share your passion? Tell your story. Tell your story. Make an impact on someone's life by telling them what you have to offer, what attributes and what skills and what values that you see to move forward in your life. Allowing people to see that through the walk that you do, through the passion. Go out, use social media to the best advantage. For me, I think that's one of the reasons how I got to share my passion is connecting with people over LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and there's a large network. It actually means that there are a lot of people who would love to reach out to you, but you have to create a message and then share that message with people over social media, through private message and LinkedIn, especially if you want to connect with a marketing individual, if you want to connect with someone in a particular industry or leadership, just search keywords on LinkedIn, leadership coaches, marketing experts, customer service experts, or strategists, someone within the passion or field to share your passion with and connect with them. LinkedIn is the tool for you to connect and to use the value. And for me, I had my LinkedIn from high school, from grade 7. And that's how I developed my leadership communication skills through LinkedIn because I joined it at an early age and I continue to evolve and to connect and all that good jazz. And so I empower you and I encourage you to use LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook to the best of your advantage. Make sure to attend Network and University Connects. Network meetings are really amazing. They are network meetings such as the Business International Network, the Business Network International. There's 40 Cups of Coffee. There's other networks, and also the university has different networks for the International Center, the Students' Union, the societies, and all that good stuff. Connect with people and make sure that you're sharing your passion. I know that in universities, you can actually create a society or you can create a club. So I encourage you, if you want to share your passion through that area, I encourage you to do so and make sure that you connect with other persons within the community. Sharing your purpose. In order to share your purpose, one, you have to believe in yourself and you change what you can achieve. That's very important to me. And believing in yourself, knowing that you have a purpose in this life, knowing that you are designed to move forward, knowing that you are designed to empower people is very important. And so you have to know that, hey, I have what it takes to empower someone. I have what it takes to show someone a particular skill that I've acquired and I want to share that skill with other people. So those things are very important for you to show and scope out your surroundings. When I came to Halifax, I actually came to Halifax, maybe I would say the first time I thought about coming to Halifax, I went there for a quick visit just to scope out my surroundings, scope out the place that I want to actually connect with, like the Halifax Chamber of Commerce and all those good business people out there, the Volta Lab and all those good places that startups are offering. So scope out your different surrounding areas of where you want to connect and why are you connecting with these people. It's very important to make sure you map out each area that you want to connect. And I would say use those devices. Use those devices, your computer, your phone, whatever device that you have. Use it to the best of your advantage because technology is changing, I always say, by the second. It's always updating to a new feature where you can connect with this called global world and persons around Canada. Use those technologies. I was actually speaking with a lady today. She's all the way in Toronto, and we're collaborating on different youth initiatives. So use those areas of technology to the best of your advantage and make sure that you are using it well. Connect with different persons in your connect group. It's very good to empower. It's very good to just make a conversation to where you want to go and all that good stuff. Remember to follow up. Follow up, follow up, follow up is very important. if you follow people once you connect with them, they will see that you're really wanting to show who you are, and also you want to share your purpose with them and also with others. So sharing your passion, know why you are sharing the passion, know what you're sharing, and know how it's going to make an impact on the persons who are around you or the persons in general who are globally looking towards communicating with you. So yeah, this is just the last slide where you can connect with me via LinkedIn. I'm always passionate about connecting with different individuals, and it's always good to have conversations. So yeah, that's a bit about me, and that's it for presentation wise.
Okay, so I'm jumping back in. Thank you very much, Templeton. That was very inspiring.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So now is the time. So if you guys have questions you want to ask Templeton or myself, put them in the comment section. If you just want to say hello, that's great too. But yeah, I think Templeton, you brought up some really, really great points. And as you were speaking, I thought of some things that I'd like to ask you. And then if anybody else has any questions or comments, we'll bring those up too. So I see, we have applause. So Jonathan is clapping profusely. So thank you very much, Jonathan. Yes, Templeton did a great job. And Abdullah is here too. Abdullah says hello. Hi, Abdullah. How are you today?
Hello, Abdullah.
Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Okay, great. So so as you were speaking, I thought of a couple things. You talked a lot about social media and how social media is so important, maybe especially for international students who might be trying to build their network here in Canada, maybe after graduation as well when they're looking for jobs. So, which was your target social media network? So you talked a lot about LinkedIn. Is that the one that they should really concentrate on when it comes to making connections and getting a job?
Yes, I think LinkedIn is the best way to connect with people now. Ian, I'm a bold person, so I would definitely, if I see a person who I would love to reach out on Instagram and Facebook, I would definitely add them and then connect with them, and they will always say, "Wow, you're bold," but I love it that you're bold and you're reaching out that way. But some people, you have to be very courageous and you have to be very stand out to do that, and a lot of people are willing to connect with you on a personal level and all that good stuff. And so that's very important in connecting in that way. But for me, I've used LinkedIn. And if you're a bold person, I would also say reach out on Instagram and Facebook. But make sure you have a message. Make sure that your message is actually text. Like, don't just say hello, because they're not going to answer you. Have at least a 3 to 4 sentence of explaining why you're reaching out and your passion for reaching out as well. So that's very important.
So in that, 4-line message to maybe a potential employer or somebody you want to add to your network, what would you say? Like, my name's Templeton, this is what I'm about. What might that message look like?
Yeah, for me, I would say my name is Templeton Sawyer. I'm currently in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm really passionate about X, Y, and Z. I'm reaching out to you to learn more about your organization, in particular, focusing on X, Y, and Z. So you have to make sure that you're actually stating your name, the country or province that you're currently in, what are your passions, and also stating why you're reaching out that connects your passion to the potential organization, and also go from there.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. But you're not reaching out to say, please give me a job or something like that. It's no.
I mean, I would say kind of gain a conversation, and then once you get that conversation going, then you chat about job opportunities potentially.
Yeah. Okay, great. Abdullah has a comment here. So thanks for all your advice. So
no problem, Abdullah.
Great. Okay. Another thing came up, Templeton. I was thinking, when I was your age, when I was going to university, that was, a long time ago now, but I didn't really have a lot of passion for what I studied in university. I studied first science, and then I switched majors to art, and I ended up with a degree in economics. And at that point, I still didn't really know what I wanted to do. So what would you say to people who haven't found their passion yet? Is there ways that they can explore things and find out who they really are?
Hey, that's a great thought. I would say reflection is very important. Reflection is very important because it helps you to understand why you were placed on this earth and why you were designed for your passion. And for me, how I found my passion is I had to map out and say, okay, I like public speaking. I love to brand. I love to talk in general. I love to strategically plan. And then you also have to guide it towards some particular career paths that might be interesting. And so writing down at least 5 to 10 or 20 things that you like to do, creativity wise, and connected with a career path, connected with a potential degree, and scope of those areas, and then actually find your passion to take on that educational opportunity or take on that initiative that you would love to create, and moving forward that way.
Yeah, that's great advice. Yeah. Was there anybody while you were attending university that you reached out to, like some type of guidance counselor or a professor that sort of helped steer you in the right direction?
For me, I got more passion for the nonprofit sector because of one of my professors, Dr. Heidi Wagen, and she is an amazing professor. She has taught leadership, and she's taught the way of leadership and how leadership should be brought to another level. And she's always started her classes off with quotes or TED Talks or something that will inspire people's passion to move forward in life. And so I think I know that she was one of the individuals that got my passion more boost up for the nonprofit sector. And I would say counseling wise, I have a guidance counselor in the Bahamas. Her name is Samantha Wells, and she's always a continued advocate for me to move forward in that positive way, just to build my life and build my career to the next level. She's always like that person you can lean on to or call on. And she's my high school guidance counselor, and she's still there to this date, I would say.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, it's good to have people that can help steer you in the right direction. So, I think it's okay not to know what your passion is or what your life goal is when you're ready to go to university, because you might be, 18, 19, 20. And for me, I didn't really find out what I wanted to do until I was in my 30s, right? And after I got some, university under my belt, I was traveling and working overseas. And then I sort of realized that I did have a passion for helping immigrants, helping newcomers, and that sort of led to where I am now with my business. So yeah, those are all great points, Templeton, that you brought up.
Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said before, you guys can ask questions too, but I have a few more of my own. Can you talk a little bit about what supports an international student will get after graduation? So say they want to stay in Canada, they want to find work and possibly immigrate here. So are there supports they get from the university or else places like Teamwork that can help international students?
Yeah, I would say if you're looking so the university normally supports, I think, don't quote me on this, I think is 7 months or a year after university. I think that's the minimum of support that a student will get from the university career services on that standpoint. Of course, Teamwork Cooperative, we are an inclusive employment agency where we do support people in general. Once you have a identification to work in Nova Scotia, 100% you are allowed to connect with us at the employment agency, and we're going to be able to take you or steer you into the right direction or coach and mentor you in different ways that will empower you to move forward in those areas. So there are some roots and networks There are some employment agencies like ISINs and other areas that will be able to support and grow. And I would say, I think entrepreneurial wise, there are supports I think from Volta Lab as well to help with the startup in the entrepreneurial way. And so yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there are lots of supports and
lots of supports indeed to help in that way.
Great. And of course, Canada is in desperate need of immigrants, and especially educated ones who have attended university and college here in Canada, because they know they have the education and skills that Canada needs, right?
Oh, definitely. I think they always say, stay here. And I'm always hear of Canadian government officials or just people in general say, no, we want you here and we want you to stay. We want you to continue to grow and build our economy and all that good stuff. So the people here are really welcoming. And so they want you to stay. So take on the opportunity and scope out the different ways. And that's why it's very important, like I mentioned in the presentation, to scope out different opportunities of growth. And for me, I literally scope out teamwork last year, summer, when I was literally looking for some career employment advice, and it led to an internship. And I did an internship with Teamwork, and then that led to an employment opportunity at Teamwork. So you see, the dots were connecting. At first, I was looking for employment career, which I got, and I still got that part. And I led into an internship, and I still grew, and I still got some more career opportunities, and then it led into employment opportunity, which I'm here currently today, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. And that internship, was that a paid internship, or were you volunteering? Okay, it was paid.
It was a paid internship, yep.
Yeah, nice. How important do you think it is for international students to work, while studying, maybe a part-time job or work over their summer break? Because maybe that's a way for them to get Canadian experience and then be more useful to employers afterwards.
Yeah, I think it's very, I don't think I know it's very important for folks to seek part-time or full-time opportunity. Well, part-time, because when you're a student, you only can work 20 hours as an international student. But yeah, I would encourage every student, take on the part-time opportunities within your field, within your growth. If you don't feel that you can take on a part-time opportunity, at least volunteer. Volunteering is very important, and volunteering, especially in Halifax and in Canada in general, employers, they look towards that volunteer experience. And if you want to volunteer in a particular area of marketing, in a particular area of social media, in a particular area of customer service, there's a lot of volunteer opportunities that you'll be able to volunteer. And for me, that's how I started. I just volunteered, and I was a part of different student groups. And I would say, get involved if you want to just stay on campus activities. There are a lot of campus activities at your university. I encourage you to take on. I know sometimes coming to university for the first time is going to be a bit scary for you to connect, and that's totally fine. But I encourage you to try to connect with a group of persons, like I mentioned in the presentation, so that you can be able to build those volunteering opportunities as well.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and they're not always advertised, right? So maybe that's where your LinkedIn network comes in, and maybe put it out there and say, I'm a marketing student. I really want to get some experience, and I feel like I have a lot to add to your organization. Are there any volunteering or opportunities with you guys? And maybe that leads to a discussion that can lead to some interesting opportunities for people.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Okay, great. Any questions from you guys? So anybody watching, I see we have at least 7 people watching. So let's hear your questions. Templeton's only going to be here for the next 10 minutes or so. So don't miss your opportunity, right? I do want to ask you one more thing, Templeton. So I know that, people are stressed out. Mental health is a big, issue for university students. So is this something that you saw, amongst your peers in university? And do you have any tips of dealing with, stress, anxiety, depression that can happen when people are in sort of a new country, away from home, in a stressful situation?
Yeah, I would say get connected with your counseling services if you're feeling that you're having an anxiety or mental health. Get connected with your counseling services, or just have a support system in place. Talk to someone. If you're staying on residence, get connected with your RA, your residence assistant, or get connected with your Don. It's very important to make sure that you're connected with someone on your university, because even if you're living off university, you still have that access and you still have that someone to talk to in that support way. Or if you have a best friend, get connected and make sure that you can personally talk to them. And I would say, in order to move forward, do a lot of self-care. That's self-care is very important. I think that's one of the reasons a lot of international students, and not only international students but students in general, they lack not taking care of their bodies and doing self-care. It's like we're focused on schoolwork. School is what we came for, yes, but in order for us to successfully complete a course, in order for us to successfully complete an assignment, we have to take in the breath of life, or go outside for a walk, go get some air, have your favorite snack, watch your favorite movie or Netflix. Like do those things that you like to do, those things that you were doing back home. Yeah, do those things. That'll be able to it was, and for me, if I'm feeling like a bit stressed, I just take the rest of the evening for me, and I just watch TV, or I have popcorn. Or I tend to go to nacho chips. I can eat a whole bag of nacho chips in one go, or Sour Patch. Um, those are like my cravings of easing my mental health and all that good stuff. So, of course, there are a lot of ways for you to cope those things,
Yeah.
and moving forward that way. So yeah.
Yeah. And like you said, maybe just talking about it with your advisor or
Mm-hmm.
some support people, your friends, can help a lot. And, there's really no stigma about it anymore. We're
Yeah,
supposed to talk about those things.
definitely.
Great. We have a comment from Rodrigo. Rodrigo says he got here late and he didn't want to disturb the conversation. So you're not disturbing us at all, Rodrigo. I think Rodrigo's in Chile and
Oh,
he's considering coming to Canada at some point. So, yeah, if you missed anything, Rodrigo, you can watch the replay on YouTube after it's finished. So thanks for joining and thanks for commenting, Rodrigo. Yeah, maybe I just have one more question. I've said that a few times, but I keep
yeah.
thinking of things I want to ask you.
Keep on asking away. I'm keen to respond. It's
Yeah.
always good, man.
So what was surprising or shocking or a little bit weird about Canada or Canadian culture? So you mentioned about the weather was crazy, but is there anything that Canadian people did that was weird for you?
Not adding spice to their food. Those spices, man. Those
We like it
spices.
bland,
I love the blend of those seasoning inside, especially for me being at the Caribbean. In the Caribbean, those spices, man, you gotta add those spices in. And I got used to not eating spice food, and my family was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" It's like I'm trying to continue to add spices to my food, so my taste buds were not. I must say, in Prince Edward Island, I must say they're very happy people. Like they're really amazing people. Like it's like if I walk on the street, people are just smiling. They're just saying hello, and so like it's really amazing that there's a lot of friendly people in Prince Edward Island, and also in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I realized that there's this thing where Halifax has a lot of business opportunities, a lot of volunteer opportunities, and growth opportunities in general. So yeah, that's one of the big surprise. But those spices, we just need to get up on those spices, man.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that's changing, but I've heard that a lot. Canadians like bland food. We also like super sweet desserts. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
shocking for some newcomers, and they say, "Why is everything so sweet?" We like
Mhm.
donuts and cookies and cake, and they're all super sweet compared to some tastes that people have when they come.
Oh yeah, and Donair and Donair. I never heard of Donair until I got here. It's
Yeah.
so good,
Oh
so
yeah.
addictive. My parents always say. My parents every time they hear me say, what are you eating? I'm eating a donair. It's like, what is a donair? So I had to like literally give them a whole lesson about what donair is
Oh yeah.
in the Canadian tradition and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe we'll have you back another time and we'll just talk donairs and spices and all that stuff.
Sure. That'll be
Yeah.
really awesome. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so we're getting close to the end. Does anybody have any other questions about, Templeton's experience, his wisdom, maybe just, in general about coming to Canada as an international student? So we talked about quite a few things, but there could be some details that you haven't heard about tonight or you would like to ask us. So, all right. So Rodrigo has a question here. So I always heard Nova Scotia people are friendly. Is the situation the same at work? Could people at work actually become a friend? So I'll let you handle
Oh yes, Rodrigo, you just asked the amazing question. I hope my executive director is watching. I'm doing a promotion right now. I must say, Teamwork Cooperative is an amazing organization. It's an amazing organization to work with. You get to grow, you get to develop, and yes, you do become friends and family. Not only friends, you become family and all that good stuff. And I wouldn't trade my family at Teamwork for nothing. They are a gem and they're really collaborative. You can call upon them during the day. And because we're actually working from home right now, we call on each other. We have Monday meetups where we actually have a conversation on how we're doing. And so, like, that's how a family is at Teamwork. Like, we always check in on each other. We're growing with each other. We're developing new skills with each other. We're taking e-learning courses with each other. Like, there's so much that Teamwork, I can say about Teamwork is like we're an amazing bunch of leaders, innovators, creators. There's so many ways. So yes, you just got me excited because I love my job. I love my job so much. And I'm not just saying that just to brag, but I'm bragging because it's true. Knowing that you can wake up every morning and knowing that, hey, I have something exciting to work on today, or I have something exciting to do that will continue to empower our people. And because I work with amazing clients as well, the clients are amazing people that I get to help people in general. And yeah, you just boost some energy in me, Rodrigo. Like, you just boost that energy in me. I just love my work.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll just mirror what Templeton said. And yes, depending on the workplace, I mean, some are less friendly and collaborative than others, but in general, you become really good friends with your coworkers. You maybe hang out after work, go, here we have a drinking culture. So a lot of people go on for a drink on Fridays or chicken wings or something like that. So you do that with your coworkers and, you become like family. I mean, you probably spend more time with them than you do your actual family. So yes, you become very close friends with your coworkers. But that's a great question, Rodrigo. And definitely Templeton liked that one. He got fired up about his job. So that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions before we call it a night? So I see quite a few people are watching. If you have any question at all, or just want to say hello to Templeton or myself, then go ahead. If not, then I guess, do you have anything else you'd like to share, Templeton? Maybe we'll share the name of your podcast because I think that would be really good for our listeners. So the name is Tweet the Leader in You, or just Tweet the Leader?
Tweet the Leader in You.
Tweet the Leader in You.
Yeah, and it's available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube channel, TempletonSawyer.com. So yeah, I encourage people to listen in to gain experience of growth. And just a quick encouragement: take on the opportunity, seize every moment, scope up every place that you love to explore. If you want someone that you want to connect with, LinkedIn is the perfect way to just to connect with those organizations and key leaders within the organization and all that good jazz. So that's my encouragement and tip for the day.
Yeah, great. And you get guests on your podcasts and you talk about inspirational things. So who were some of the guests that you've had?
So I've had persons like Kaya Sparks. She's a CBC reporter. I've had Paula Minigan. She's a governance coach. I had Heidi Wagon. Of course, she's a professor. So I had different variety of also community leaders like Keontae Beals and all of those good jazz people. And I'm always looking for speakers. I'm always looking for guests. I'm always looking for different ways to connect. We're taking the podcast to another level. So stay tuned to our Instagram page, Tweet the Leader New Podcast. Follow us on Instagram, and you will get posted to lots of other opportunities to connect.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it's a good way to learn English too. So practice your listening skills, learn some new vocabulary. So hopefully you can check that out. Yeah. Okay, we do have a couple more comments. So Bay is here. Hey, Bay. So waving. How are you doing tonight, Bay? Bay is in Brazil. So yeah, she she's considering coming to Canada at some point. So yeah, hopefully you learned a lot about studying in Canada if that's what you wanted to do, Bay. So thank you for watching. And Abdullah says no thanks. I guess that was in relation to questions, if you had any questions. And thank you for saying no thank you, Abdullah. Okay, so this was really great. I want to thank you, Templeton, for your time and your great presentation and all of your awesome answers. So thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me. And I look forward to connecting with other people in general and also continuing to be a part of this amazing organization. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, wait, we have one more question. Thank you, Templeton. Now you have a Chilean podcast listener. Ooh. So there you go. You added one person in Chile.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks, Rodrigo. All right. Well, thanks again and have a great night, everybody. Take care of yourselves.
See you.
Bye-bye.